Hi everyone, today I'm going to take you through a few tongue exercises. As you probably know very well, the tongue is the main articulator for singing, and we want to make sure that we can keep the tongue nice and strong, flexible, and most importantly, independent from the jaw as much as possible. So I'm going to take you through a few exercises which I'd suggest you start off doing a few times a week. I do it every time I start a practice. I always start with tongue exercises, and it just gets the muscle a little bit more awake and ready to go. So we're going to start with the tip of the tongue on the inside of the bottom set of teeth, like this. That's the bottom set of teeth here. This is the tongue. Tip of the tongue goes there, and then you roll it up and over like this. So keep doing that whilst I'm talking. And what we want to do is try and push up and over from the back rather than try and pull it from the front. And whilst you're doing this, try and breathe in and out through your mouth. The main idea here is we want to try and get the tongue used to feeling air coming over it in a forward position. The tongue going back is always a big issue that we have. Now, whilst you're in this position, you can add to this stretch and really massage a little bit around the jaw. The jaw is always one for getting a bit tight. And to access some of the muscles down the neck, you can just tilt your head back and do a little bit of moving like this, always with the tongue in that position, like this. And you can just massage some of those tight bits out, usually coming down, just a little bit of pressure. Try not to put too much pressure on those muscles, you don't want to overdo it. So that's a really good one just to get you started off, and it really opens up some of the muscles around the neck and the jaw as well. Next one, we're going north, south, east and west. We're going to start with the tongue going up towards the nose. Your jaw will jut out just a little bit, but we want to make sure it's not helping the tongue. So try and make sure that the crown of your head is always at the high point, and then try and touch your tongue, your nose with your tongue. Again, here you should feel a little bit of a stretch underneath your tongue, and again, try and push it up from the back rather than the tip pulling out. And again, try and breathe in and out through your mouth as much as possible. So a variant on this is that you can do 5 repetitions of short ones of this, like this. And each time try and get a little bit further. On the 5th one you can hold it. And what you want to try and make sure, you'll see that I was holding my jaw there, you want to make sure the jaw isn't doing that much work. It might move just a little bit, but you want to avoid it moving as much as possible. On we go, and we go further down this time. So this time, do those repetitions, try and get a bit further each time. That's 3, 4, and then 5. Try and stretch even further from the back. And you may feel you're only getting 0.5 millimeter further, if that, but even that is really going to stretch it, and you should really feel that at the back. Now, going sideways, sometimes it's very difficult to keep the jaw central, so you'll see what can happen. And you'll see my jaw's gone off center. You want to be very careful about this. So when you are doing stretches to the sides, just make sure your jaw is staying as central as possible. Sometimes it helps to hold it, and you might have to just let it go to the side and then move it back again like this. Nice deep breaths out, in and out through the mouth. Again, you can either just hold once there, or you can do the 5 repetitions. I'll do the 5 with you now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should feel a very nice stretch along here. Now, the other addition that you can do to this one on the 5th one is turn your head sideways, and you'll feel a little bit of a stretch here. Try and breathe into that stretch. So breathing in and out. And you should feel that just opening up a little bit on the exhale. We'll do the same thing to the other side. So 5 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Holding it there and then turning to the side, breathing in and out. Lovely, and you can do a couple more breaths in there. This is just to give you a bit of an idea. So then it's a little bit more of a cardio tongue exercise next. We're going to take the tongue on the outside of the teeth from the top right to top back left, and then down and round in a big circle 3 times one way, 3 times the other, like this. Now, if your tongue isn't feeling tired yet, then you can up it even more and do as quickly as possible, just the top side to side 10 times, and then the bottom 10 times as well, like this. I'm going to have to ask you not to screenshot this and put this on social media. It will be absolutely humiliating. So that is just an extra one that you can do just to make sure your tongue is really starting to, if it starts to fatigue, just means that when you then rest it for a day or something, then it's going to get a bit stronger and it can do a little bit more. Final one, very similar to the first one. So we're going to redo the first exercise we did, which is the tip of the tongue by the teeth here, pushing out and over. But this time we're going to add something. We're going to take the heel of our hand, put it on the breastbone, and other hand on top. We're going to push in slightly and down, and that's going to give you a little bit more of a stretch. And again, we're going to stick the tongue out, head back, breathe in nice and deep through the mouth, and out. And then just tilt to the side. And breathing out. Just checking in that the tongue's at the outermost point. And to the other side, breathing in. And out. And there we go. Those are a few tongue exercises. Explanation takes a little bit longer, but you can do a combination of them. I'd suggest starting it 3 times a week if you haven't done it before, and just build it up gradually. And this will really help to make your tongue feel a little bit more able to do fast text and hold itself in places that it should be, most importantly staying forward, but also to work a little bit better without the jaw getting involved. This is the main point of tongue exercises. So as per usual, if you have anything that you would like to hear me talk about or explain a little bit more about, then I'm making a list of things, so do pop it in the comments below. I've got my next workshop coming up, so do have a look in the description for the links so that you can find out a bit more about that. And if you're interested in having any individual singing lessons, I'm continuing to work online and hopefully later in the year back in person. So you can email me at info@jessicanorton.co.uk.